Hey everyone, welcome to Sunday Night Fireside Chat with the Boys. I'm Mike from Payne's Rides, and I am honored to be your guest tonight. Later.
Hey guys, it's Colin. I go by Bronco Ride on YouTube. I'm installing a battery in my fairing for all these lights. Doesn't seem to want to fit too well though. Welcome to the Fireside Chat with the Boys. We are glad you're here.
Howdy folks, I am Bob from Bodine 52. You are on Sunday Night Fireside Chat with the Boys.
Well, hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome back once again. It's Harley Dayride, your good old friend HDR, and welcome to the Fireside Chat with the Boys. And it's the boys! Yay!
King of the intros.
Nice job.
Hey, thanks, and good job to everybody here. I mean, all these guys actually chipped in and sent me those intros. I was going to have those plastic faces and put them on and try to film each one, but I figured I'd just ask. Good job.
Why was that so difficult to do those intros?
I don't
I know I was late. I think I was the last one, right? I didn't listen and I waited to the last minute.
Technically, I was the last one.
I don't feel so bad.
Technically, I put the camera and the tripod over my shoulder the other day, and Mary goes, "Where are you going?" I go, "I got to go film an intro on the bike." So I walked down the garage and did that. So
I
I
filmed.
think I was on time for once. Maybe
Yeah.
even early.
you were early. You were the first to go.
What can I say? I was excited, Jack. Thank you.
Okay, so we had the intros. Everybody knows who this great group is. You see that we have Mr. Payne's Rides, Mike here. So now we're going to go around and just tell me what you ride and why you're here. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I don't know why I'm here. I'm still scared about that. Well, my main ride is a 2016 Husky TE250 dirt bike. So we're going to get dirty tonight. And of course, my baby, the 2013 Victory Cross Country. Let me do the Colin thing. Oh, there we go.
All of this.
So much better.
Starting early.
I think
Mike.
I'll take at least one beer, but it's already starting.
Mike, you were actually here because the police wanted us to get you on the show so they could raid the house when you were there. So,
Oh, I'm in a locked fortress.
I am Bob, go by Bodine 52. I ride a 2018 Ultra Limited and a 2000 Road King.
My name is Colin. I go by Bronco Ride on YouTube, and I ride a 2017 Street Glide Ultra. And I've actually rode with Mike before. We rode, what was that, like 18, Mike, or 17?
Yeah.
When we rode together. So when we went up to New England, so he was, you're very fast with the bike. That's all I remember.
Except who's faster than me?
Who was? Oh, God.
Doug
was. Yep, you're right. But you did great, man. Beautiful bikes.
Mike.
I remember we were going by some river in New Hampshire, and next thing I know, that was Doug. And I couldn't let him do that. And poor Pat was trying to keep up. Just pedaling that
On a Sportster.
as fast as he could, but we were history.
It's not what you drive, it's how you drive it.
There you go.
There you go. Hey, guys, and I am Harley Dayrider, and I drive a 2018 Road Glide Ultra with the worst back wheels you've probably ever seen on a motorcycle. Henry came over to help me clean them up a little bit, and he goes, "This is bad. I'm just going home." He actually left. So we have a bunch of questions here tonight, as always. I sat and wrote them. Our panel do not know the questions. They have no idea what they are.
Boo.
Totally off the cuff. We have 3 for Mike, 3 for everyone. Then we have our rapid fire. So, Mike, good evening, and we're going to let you go. And also, just want to say one more time, welcome. Thank you for coming to the show. So, Mike, why did you start a YouTube channel? We like to ask all of our guests this question to kind of open you up a little bit, see what's going on in that head of yours.
I was lonely. I needed someone to talk to, even if it was myself. And I figured if I was filming something, it would be an excuse. No. Honestly, I was watching all of you guys way back, and it took a couple years. And remember Big Bad Wolf Moto?
I do remember that.
Yeah. I don't know. It was one of his videos. I was interested in that Road King special that came out, and one of his videos was just sparked me to actually go get a camera and do it.
That's
And
cool.
that's how it all started.
That's cool. What's your future plans for your channel? Do you have any future thought? I know you're doing a lot of dirt bike riding now, but
Well, my plans haven't really changed. They've always been a channel for fun, to look back on the things that I've done, places I've gone, crashes that I've had currently, and I have caught a few. But I don't have any large plans for the channel. In fact, at this point, I don't think I'm ever going to monetize it, because it's just for fun. It's a great hobby. I love doing it.
it is a good hobby. We've had that. We had some echo from somewhere. Hello.
But then again, Jack, it does depend on how much I get out of this video.
Well,
Because we are splitting the profits, right?
you're going to have enough to buy a new.
Now it's out there for everybody.
You can buy a new Husky model.
The sticker.
The sticker. All right. Being everybody knows my dilemma this week from Coffee with HDR and this show and Bob and Colin.
Got a full plate, buddy.
So
I didn't see it yesterday. I was out. Sorry.
oh yeah,
I'm trying to make it every Saturday for you.
yeah. That's why I just took 20 cents off of this show for you. So now you're down to a nickel. So I'll send it to you though. I think I got it here somewhere. All right. So anyway, Mike, we'll start with you at the top there. How often do you really deep clean your wheels? I mean the chrome, not the chrome. And I said chrome on my show yesterday. So it's aluminum, you dummy. And I'm like, I don't know. It's a motorcycle. I thought it was all chrome.
I think I'm like you on that. I probably would have to use like a putty knife for the rear wheel.
I don't feel bad.
On the Victory, that is. On the front wheel, I keep it clean. But no one can see the back wheel.
That's
And
good.
every time I clean it, you go back there to check the air pressure or whatever, and a hand comes out black.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Forget it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least you're honest. All right, Bob.
Jack, I got to ask, why are you asking this question? Do you have some sort of issue with your motorcycle? We clean ours every day.
I told you I
Hourly.
got a big issue, man. Big issue with my motorcycle.
You know, I'm a lot like Mike. You know, the front's pretty clean as I'm cleaning the bike. I would say when I decide to wash the bike with the bags off is when I do the back wheel, and that's maybe every month or every other month.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm with Mike. It kind of made me chuckle because every time you go down to put air in, you come out with black hands, right? So
Yep.
Somebody, I don't know, Bob. I don't know if it was you or not. I can't recall. Like I sent a photo. I had my saddlebags off, and I was doing an install on the rear wheel or something like that. And they're like, "Dude, do you like clean your bike ever?" Because it was like nasty.
it's probably
Well, I mean, was that you? I can't remember if that was you or not. But they, I need to do it more. Let's just put it that way, because it's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, and let me tell the audience about Colin. So we're in the mountains riding, right? We leave the hotel. Before we leave, he kind of wipes the tank off. He has his rag. We get to breakfast, which was about a mile and a half from the hotel, maybe a mile. He gets the rag out again. He gets the rag out again, and he wipes the tank off. I'm like, dude, can we eat breakfast? He's like, I think there was a bug on my tank.
Lies, buddy. Lies.
I just wanted to show everybody this just because I wanted to show you why I brought this up. So I figured I would just share this with the audience because I'm not lying by any means. This is what my back tire currently looks like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it needs a little bit of work. Henry put some elbow grease on about an 1/18 of an inch of it, and he goes, I'm done, and he had to leave. So
Is this the first time you've ever actually seen that in the 3 years you've had your bike?
yeah, I didn't know those saddlebags come off. And it's like, whoa, what's under there? And I was like, oh, that's why they put them screws in the saddlebags. You can take it off.
But at least, Jack, you can see through your spokes. I Can't even
Oh.
do that on the victory.
Oh, I don't feel so bad now, man. I appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna have to chip it away.
Yeah. So somebody said we'll get still wool, and actually, Bob,
That's a
Mrs.
lot. Of
HDR is at Walmart right now buying Simple Green. So I'm going to use your trick. I'm going to spray it, and then I'm going to pressure wash it. So we'll see what happens.
Hey,
We'll
this
see.
is from the dirt bike world. This works great. And I'm telling you, it's like magic. Simple Green mixed with Dawn dishwashing liquid and water.
Yep.
I-
If the Simple Green doesn't work,
It
that's
cleans
it.
amazing.
Do you think it'll take that stuff off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try
With
it.
a pressure washer, absolutely.
Dawn dishwasher.
Give it a good rinse. Hit it with that combination, and then pressure wash it.
Maybe.
I just did the Husky this morning after yesterday's horrendous ride. Believe me, I had that thing underwater. The mud was crazy.
Yeah. I did see where you were at. Dish liquid.
And you may want to clean it maybe more than once every 3 years, but that's up to you, man.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good advice.
What?
Yeah.
You know what I was honestly thinking of doing, and I know the chat room, and I can't see the chat room when you're running the show, obviously, but I was thinking of taking them out, have them taken off, and have them powder coated, and never worry about them again. You know, that might be a thought.
Well, a couple people are saying in here, Road Glide Andy says that actually is 10 times better than mine.
Well, yeah, his is filthy. I've seen his. He's been over the house.
1500 says, dude, that is horrible. Couple other people, I clean my bike after every ride. Am I weird? That's Mr. Bob Nelson. No, dude, you're not weird. Not at all. But yeah, you're not alone, dude. You're not
Yeah,
alone.
well, you know, and I look at it's a vintage bike. I mean, it's an 18.
Three people.
What am I riding at 13?
Three people have left, Jack. They said I feel so dirty after watching that. I gotta take a shower now.
I gotta go take a bath with Simple Green and Dawn.
Ay.
That's how I got my head to come out so shiny.
Mrs. HR's play wonder why I started that text message. Can you see that at the bottom? Wait. Oh, wait. Why was it way up there? Wait, no, that was some bad stuff we were sending each other.
Yeah, don't show nudes on here, man.
One picture, Jack.
All right, Mike. So why did you get in the dirt bike riding? I mean, you know, I told you at one day I would be dead. I mean, my body could not take that pounding that you go through out there on them dirt trails. What got you into that?
I was lonely.
You're always lonely.
I've always been into dirt bike riding. I just took a 30-year hiatus. And, you know, we're all go through our second bike thing. And somehow I ended up finding little areas around here that were within 10 miles that I could ride to.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, I want to get back into dirt biking at 50 years old. But doing it at this age compared to being in my teens was a completely different story. I actually learned how to ride dirt bikes this time.
Because you have to know how so you don't get hurt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Jack, can I go
You
on?
have to hurt yourself to know how.
Go ahead, Bob.
Can I go on a rant? Can I have a HDR rant? Now people are going, no, not like that.
Mrs. Payne, I don't know.
Here's the rant. Everybody's like, I want to ride it, not wash it. That's a bunch of crap. You can do both. It's a big machine, $30,000, $20,000. Keep it clean, have some pride. Don't give me that crap. You don't have any time to wash it. I'm done. Boy, that felt good.
You call that a rant?
That felt good.
Look who showed up.
Hey,
Hi, Mrs. Payne.
Mrs. Payne has showed up.
Yes, I just need to say he's not lonely.
I know he's not
I
lonely.
give him plenty of things to do around the house.
Okay, so I got into dirt bike riding to get out of things I had to do around the
Right.
house.
He's just trying to get out of things. That's what I just needed to clarify that. I'm in the other room watching and I had to just make that very clear. He's not lonely.
And not only do I get it out of things to go riding, but the next day I have to recover. The next 2 days I have to recover. I can't do anything around the house.
Wow.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Dude, it's brilliant plan. Keep it going.
How comfortable is that couch
Thanks
over
for
there?
letting me tell you the truth.
We got the truth now.
She shaved today too. Look, nothing.
Oh,
Oh, she's going to smack you now. That TV's going to smack you right in the head.
Oh,
ooh,
well, you
All
know,
right.
ouch.
never mind.
Okay, this next one, because I know you guys all have these. I do not, but this will be great for me because I want to learn. So, and I'm sure our YouTube audience wants to learn. So, Mike, what is your procedure for lifting your motorcycle? Do you have a jack? Do you pick them up?
Oh, come on. I just lifted up.
Look at those arms. That's why.
So which bike?
Either.
I have a Sears jack, you know, one of those Sears hydraulic jacks to lift the Victory.
Okay.
I should dig up that picture. That it fell off once. That was a scene.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. I don't
And the
want
Husky, I can lift that up. But I have a dirt bike stand.
And the thing I learned about dirt bikes from watching, they don't have kickstands.
You know, it does. The enduros do. Motocross don't.
Oh, okay. So, Bob, what's your procedure? And do you use straps or all the time? Or I'm trying to get my head wrapped around this because my wheels are dirty.
Oh, wait, if you put your bike on a lift, you need to strap it down.
Okay.
It's like wearing gear.
I will. That's what I do. Exactly what Mike said. Next.
Shame you all. Shame.
I will tell you with the jack that I have. If I'm taking it up to wash it and being able to turn the wheels, I don't strap it down. If I have it in the garage and I'm working on it, I strap it down. But I really don't lift it that much, to be honest. So
just enough to get the wheels off the ground, I guess, right?
Just enough to get the wheels off the ground. Yeah.
I picked
Colin,
up.
I know you got that beautiful Harley jack, and I read the reviews. And I'm like, I should have just watched Colin's video, and not read the reviews, because reviews are. I always say the only things people post reviews on is negative. Nobody ever says it's wonderful. So, Colin, give me the wonderful spiel of your Harley jack.
First off, it's way overpriced.
Okay.
I first admit that. I even said that it's a great jack, but you can get one for like Harbor Freight and I think you said Sears for like $100 cheaper. You're
Okay.
basically paying for orange paint, little HD logo. But I got a break on it, so I ended up, getting a good deal on it. So I took it, but I've only put it up, I think, on the bike 3 times. And when I'm doing, if I'm doing an install on something where I need to get to the back wheel, I use it, but normally I don't. Even when I wash my bike, I don't put it on there. And Bob, you said you do. You use your lift when you wash your bike. I don't.
Only if I'm taking the bags off to do the back wheels.
Yeah, normally I don't do it. I mean, it's great to have when you need it, but I don't use it enough. Honestly, I've had it for a year now, and I think I've put it up like 3 times. So I definitely need to take advantage and use it more than I do. But yeah, I mean, there are some good lifts out there you can get for like $200, like $175, $200. That do just as well as some other lifts. Now, I think Bob, what do you have? What's the name of it again?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
You knew that. Pitbull, right?
Yeah, it's a Pitbull. Wait,
that one's nice, man. I mean,
way too much money, but I'll tell you what. To Mike's point, I can put my limited on there and try to push the bike off, and it's not coming off.
Yeah. They're good stuff. No doubt about it.
But I don't know if it's worth the money. It's a lot of money for that thing. For the amount of time I've used it, definitely not worth it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was looking at the Harley one though, and it was like 300. Am I right?
Yeah, it's 300.
300. I said about the Harbor Freight, and Anthony's a mechanic, and he'll call me up and he'll start screaming at me. Are you an idiot? Don't buy that freaking Harbor Freight garbage. It's aluminum, and the bike will fall off. And he does that. So then I don't buy it, and I don't know what to do. That's the whole thing. I have no guidance. Nobody.
The Sears lift I have is probably the same thing as Harbor Freight. You know, those hydro. So I spent $85 on it.
Wow.
It's lifted the Victory umpteen times and many other things. And I had the bike fall off once, but it wasn't the lift's fault.
What's the wet weight on the Victory? Do you know?
It's got to be 850.
850. Yeah, we're about the same. We're about 9. So, but
Hey,
so this
Jack,
is, yes.
Robin made a great comment. Your bike falls off one time, and suddenly the lift is worth it. I will tell you what, the one I have, you can actually pull the bike around in the garage on the lift. So, but if I had to do it again, honestly, I would probably have bought the one Colin did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean somebody actually said the other day, we'll buy a motorcycle lift. But if you pull your bike up on a lift and jack the whole, you still can't spin the wheels. It's kind of a useless idea. And I'm not going to rebuild the engine. That's just probably not me. Not if I ever want to ride again. But what I did find was I found this, and I sent it to, I think, Bob and Colin to kind of get your feedback on it. This is at Harbor Freight. So it's a motorcycle wheel cleaner stand. So you just pull your bike up and your wheel spins, right? So I don't know if it's worth it or not, but maybe the chat room will say they have one. Here's the problem. It says 500 pounds. The back of my motorcycle weighs probably more than that, I would think, being it's 900 some pounds. I'm not sure. And Mrs. H. was out there today, helped me. She held the back of the bike up for about 8 minutes. I didn't have enough time to even get the whole wheel clean. And so,
Well, I have Mrs. Payne lay on the ground with a hose and a brush.
a hose and a brush. Yeah, but then you got to
Then I roll the bike, and she kind of crawls along and gets the tire clean. But I only do that once a year.
That's a good idea. And
I never put the bike on the lift to wash it ever. Why do it when I have her?
That's true. Mrs. H. is not watching, but I'm going to get her to call you. I do have your number, so I'm going to call you later and let you talk to her about that.
Hey, Jack, why don't you take it to a car wash, do a video on it, and have 500 people tell you what an idiot you are?
Because I bought my own pressure washer. Now I can do it at home and make people mad. Like, you're going to blow the paint off. I'm like, come on, really? You pull the trigger a little easier. Yeah, but I posted videos when I washed my bike at the car wash, and you put $2 in and spray it. People about had heart attacks on my channel. It was funny. So, okay, that was good, though. Okay, Mike. So I know you've been on a lot of trips on that Victory, not on the dirt bike, but on the Victory. And I know you've been a lot with your wife. So what's your favorite motorcycle trip?
Well, my favorite trip was Nova Scotia.
That would be cool.
But my favorite roads were North Carolina, the place called the Iron Horse Lodge.
I've heard of that.
North Carolina, Georgia, that corner of Tennessee, the Cherhola, Blue Ridge, Tail of the Dragon. That was awesome down there. But my favorite trip had to be Nova Scotia.
Did you take the ferry boat up to Nova Scotia? Or did you?
No, we took it back.
You took it back.
So I was going to ride up there, and then Mrs. Payne decided to go, and I ended up buying ramps and putting it on the truck and riding it. That's the first time I ever transported the bike, and it worked out perfectly because we had horrendous rain all the way up there. We got into Nova Scotia. The skies cleared. It was 75 degrees and beautiful all week. And then we came home down the southern side, and it was the worst storm I'd ever seen. And there's no lights out there. Mm-hmm. If I was on the bike or we were on the bike, it would have been miserable.
Were you lonely?
But the riding was amazing, and the food up there is just tremendous.
So you think the bike was lonely when it was riding by itself?
That's what you
don't ask me. I don't form unnatural relationships with inanimate objects.
We do. What's wrong with you?
I don't name my bikes. Don't have names. And,
mine does it. It's Road Glide Ultra. That's its name.
But lovely 2018 Road Glide Ultra.
The lovely. Oh yeah, thanks. That's what I call it. Lovely.
I know.
Hey,
we're gonna start saying lonely.
Sometimes I say things on videos like, and I never caught that, Mike. You're right. The lovely Road Glide. But I was thinking if I put my bike on the truck, I'm sure I could put Mrs. HR to sit on the bike to keep the bike happy and safe, and then I could drive the truck. I think that's a good idea. So, Mike, I need a video now. You putting a Victory on your truck. I know you did one for me for the dirt bike. I want to see the Victory on the truck.
That is a project.
I think Mrs. HDR is going to kick your butt after the show.
She's not, unless she's in Walmart walking around with her phone watching. She probably is.
I just texted it to her.
Oh,
Thanks,
buddy. Thanks, buddy.
You better watch the show when you get home before you talk to Jack as well.
All right, guys, I get this. email a lot, and people say, look, how did you ever get your wife on the motorcycle? So all for the husbands out there, let's tell them, how did you get your wife comfortable on the motorcycle? Because most women do not like two wheels. Let's just face it. It's a guy thing. It's not for the women, and they don't want to get on.
Yeah, that's not necessarily true.
Well, no, I mean, you do have the women that ride, but the women that ride on the back, honest to God, Mrs. H. George said my first trip, she goes, I'm taking a credit card because I can fly home from Wyoming. So that's what I'm talking about. Not the women that ride. There's women that ride, and that's cool. That's fine. But I'm talking about the women that ride on the back. So, Pans, I know your wife rides with you.
I never had to get her comfortable. She just was.
Okay. Well, that was easy enough. Bob?
You know what? For Donna, she did not want me to get a bike. She was never going to ride it. She never thought I should ride it. So I took the Harley class before I bought the bike. I took her to the dealership one day, let her sit on one, convinced her it was okay, I would be safe. And then I said, hey, let's go around the block. And this all took 3 or 4 months. And we went from don't buy a bike and I'll never ride it to let's go touring across the country. So to me, it was just getting her to feel comfortable slow and getting her confident in my riding abilities. I mean, to me, that's a lot of it too. So.
Good. Yeah, Lori has never, she doesn't have the interest of buying her own ride. And that's not going to happen. So like in the beginning, she was kind of like not really into it at all. She was happy that I was enjoying it. But then, one day I said, why don't you just come on a ride with me? And then we did a ride and she actually enjoyed it. She had a good time. And then, but even saying that, she's not like Donna and you two. Your wives are on there a lot more than mine, but it's cool that now over the years, now she's slowly getting into it. Like when we do our trip this summer, she's excited now to probably meet the two women more than go on the ride.
Yeah.
I think that's the honest truth, but she's going to get out and do a huge ride with me. And that's awesome. For someone that really, she doesn't have that fear. She looks at it as like, she doesn't have that sense of where she can just stop and do whatever she wants when she's driving, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So where on the bike, she's kind of, it's up to when we stop together and all those different type things. But at the end of the day, I love that she wants to ride. I love that she's slowly evolving to ride more. Ultimately, I would love her to ride her own bike, but that's a different topic for another day.
Yeah, and ours was kind of, when I bought the first motorcycle, Miss HR said, look, that's your thing. You go do that. She said, I don't do that. And, even we both been married before, and she was married, and they did a lot of boating and fishing and camping, but they didn't do any motorcycle. Her ex-husband didn't like motorcycles. And so like you guys, I got her on a couple times, and then we took a couple trips, like, up to Erie, which is about 2 hours from the house, and rode around up there and spent the weekend. She goes, wow. She goes, if I get on his bike, he's going to get a hotel room. We're going to spend the night and have a nice dinner. It's like, hey, so you reward your wife. And, but anyway, and then one day she woke up and she said, hey, they get these donuts, but they only have them at the Krispy Kreme in Erie. And it was 80 degrees. She goes, can we take the motorcycle? And I was like, who are you? And then the trip to Wyoming, and now she's fine with it. But I think, like you guys are saying, that it's a gradual progression to get your spouse on. And if you do get your spouse on, you're dragging the floorboards and you're doing wheelies, kiss that whole thing goodbye, because it's over. They're not going to. I wouldn't ride with you.
Yeah, I had to learn a whole new style of riding for her on the back.
You mean, well, yeah, because you're pretty decent. I mean, you're a decent rider as far as I've watched you on trips. So you're talking, you ride differently with your wife on?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Bob says that too all the time too. Colin, and I do too. And it's funny when I bought, we spent a lot of time on the Electric Glide Classic, the 2011 I had. We did a lot of trips on it. Matter of fact, we took it to Wyoming, so we had a lot of miles. When I bought the Road Glide Ultra, she goes, you are way more comfortable on this bike. The last time we were out with Be the Rider P and his wife, she said she almost dozed off on the back, which that never happens. So,
we've had a couple of those incidents. Oh boy.
Where you get somewhere to rest stop and you're like, where did she go? It fell off.
Or she hit your helmet falling asleep.
You feel that list to the left.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jack.
that does happen too. Yes.
Jack, Moto Takai was asking, do all the wives wear all protective gear?
Yes, they all do. My wife does not wear a full face helmet. We talked about that a couple weeks ago because she's claustrophobic and she can't do it. There's no way. I bought her one. She put it on, she took it off and whipped it across the porch. She goes, I'm not wearing this thing. You know, if I got to wear this, I might as well get in the Honda CRV. I was like, well, but she does wear a 3/4 helmet, which is fine. So, but
mine does. She'd rather not wear a jacket if she could. But other than that, she's wearing boots and full face and all that stuff. So,
I'm slowly getting Sherry to wear more gear.
Yeah, no, and let's face it, to be honest, to be very transparent, which I am on my channels, I'm a very honest guy. There are times when we get on, and it's 95 that we do ride in t-shirts. We always have helmets on. And she has Harley Davidson boots, and she loves them. So she always has her boots on. But and Bob, I know you did that a little bit in Florida, to be very transparent.
I did a year ago when I was living in Pittsburgh, and it was like 20 feet of snow, and I went to Bike Week. I did ride up the coast in a t-shirt, and there was only 100 people or so that mentioned it after I put the
in Florida, a t-shirt is considered gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got a shoe that actually covers your toes in Florida, and it's
if it's not flip-flop,
they're going crazy.
That's funny. We went to our first motorcycle rally up here in Erie. It was we're on the shore, and we go downtown. We have our helmets on, we have our jackets on. We ride. These guys up there, no helmets. The girls are in skivvy shorts, like Dukes of Hazzard shorts, if you remember those. Up the crack of your wahoo up, and they had flip flops on. And Miss HR goes, "We don't fit in here. We're not like these people." I said, but we were safe. So that's a good question.
Robin and Ladyback brought up about the modular helmet. The only way I can to wear is a modular helmet. Not sure if that will help Mary or not. So that's exactly what we bought her. It's brand new in the box. I tried to give it away. I tried to sell it. Nobody buys helmets from anybody else. I think it's something to do with hair lice. I don't know. Not that we have dirty hair, but I don't understand it. I mean,
I don't have to worry about that.
I paid $200 for the helmet. She goes, "You think Goodwill will take it?" I said, "Take it to Goodwill and donate it."
I would never buy a used helmet from anybody.
No, but this is brand new. She put on the tags are still in it. I could show you. I mean,
that's different.
I've actually sold a couple of helmets. Yeah, I don't know why, but I have sold a couple of helmets.
Yeah, well, she ended up taking it. She said, "I'll just take it to Goodwill. Maybe somebody needs it." And I said, "Yes," because who knows? I mean, people and I try to stress that too, and I'm sure you guys do. When you're in motorcycling and you watch a lot of these videos, you don't have to buy a $30,000 or $20,000 Harley or a $40,000 Victory motorcycle or a BMW. Look on Craigslist and buy yourself something for $1,000 or $500, right? So, all right, I did like Bob's rant. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that later. You have the time to wash your motorcycle. HDR doesn't. Okay, so Mike, I warned you about this. It's time for rapid fire. So these are very short questions, very short answers. Doesn't take a whole lot of thought process. And we
Not that I have much.
All right, well, I wrote.
That's why we enjoy these.
Yeah. And I sat. And I wrote
one more sip of caffeine.
Okay. I wrote up about 20 of them here, so we have enough to play around with tonight. Wow, what does that one say?
Are they one-word answers?
They could be. They could be. Some of them are one words, but you just don't elaborate a whole lot. We don't give a whole lot of thought. Here's the first one. You'll get the idea. Do you use highway pegs riding in town?
Yeah.
Okay. See, now you got the idea, Mike. All right.
You did it, dude.
You're a pro.
Yes.
Bob.
Do I use highway pegs riding in town?
Yeah, like if you were riding through, what was that little town we stopped at the gas station? We're riding through town. You get through the stoplights there and you're riding. Say there's 3 blocks with no stoplights. Would you put your feet up on the pegs?
Sometimes.
Okay, there you go.
Well, that's a yes.
That's a yes.
Sometimes.
I use them when I go down my driveway. So I mean, like,
There you go.
I have them on all the time.
That's a man for you. And I do too. I do the same thing, guys. Whenever I can, my feet's up on peg. Here's the second part of this question. I didn't write this up. Do you feel bad for your wife because they have nowhere else to put their feet except the floorboards, Mike?
No, because I have swing wing pegs.
What's the swing wing peg?
Well, you have to look it up.
Wait, I gotta write it.
This is the rapid fire. We don't have time for this.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Come on.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Attaboy.
That was a great retort, dude.
Yeah, I love that. Jack, what's the next question? You didn't advance it. I can't think that much.
No, this isn't written down. Do you ever feel bad with Dawn on the back that she can't move her feet around like you can?
No, I make sure she's comfortable. She's comfortable with what's back there now on the bike. So
okay.
Lori has floorboards.
Yeah, but like you put your feet up on the highway. Sometimes I just feel bad because I'm stretching my legs out and she's got her legs like cramped the whole time. And I wanted to buy those.
Won't you let your wives like wrap their legs around you?
We practice yoga.
That's actually a question coming up. I'm glad you brought. I'll show you that in a little
Where's
bit.
Robin in here? Yoga girl.
I did that. I let her do that once, and we couldn't get off the bike for a week.
You're like, why don't you go to your hotel room? It's like, we're stuck. We can't get off the bike. But I do feel bad, and I looked at the passenger highway pegs. They sell those where the woman can get their feet up and down, but she goes, I don't need those.
Look up the swing wings.
I will look it up. I wrote it down. Beef jerky or beef sticks?
Oh, beef jerky.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I like them both. Beef sticks probably more actually.
Whatever's on sale at Sheets.
I bring mine right out of the woods.
I like jerky, but the sticks are good too. They're both tasty.
Yeah, I do both, but I do like the sticks better. Now this one I was thinking of Colin when I wrote this one. Mike?
Uh-oh.
Big lunch or big dinner?
What are you saying?
Oh, both.
Both. When I wrote this for Colin, I'm thinking that's going to be the answer, and I don't even look.
I like food.
Bob?
Let's just pass and go right to Colin because this is Colin's question.
Colin?
What's wrong with eating? I have a high metabolism. I love eating. So I would do, if I were had choice, I would do dinner for sure.
With seafood.
Without seafood. But
No
a big
seafood.
lunch is nice too. I'm actually not a breakfast guy. So like I always I don't eat breakfast. Usually I should. And then I'll and once lunch and dinner hits, I like gorge.
Hey, we know that, Colin, Jack, because he gets up at like 10:30, right? So that's breakfast.
I get up for brunch, baby.
Wait a minute, Colin, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I caught him. This is a catch. I know we're in rapid fire, but it's my
go ahead.
You were doing good, dude. What happened?
No, you had like a stack of pancakes like this that morning of the hoop.
I know. My point is I like food.
Oh, that was a small breakfast.
That was a small breakfast, yeah.
I gotcha. That was
He didn't ask about breakfast that he has at 10 and then lunch at noon.
I forgot about
Jack,
that.
are you talking about when you ride or in general?
No, just in general, because I figured Colin would say both.
Yeah.
You're dead on. But when we ride though, I eat a ton.
Yeah, you got to ride. You got to ride to eat.
Yeah.
The best thing about riding is where you're going to stop to eat next.
I did a video on that. Did you remember that video? It was ride to eat or eat to ride. So
Ride to
yeah.
eat.
Oh,
Many biking groups do. They ride, and I would go on these hog chapter rides. And Colin's a new hog member, and they would go. We're going to lunch at place X, and you would leave. And Miss Station said this one. She goes, "We're leaving at 11. How are they going to make it to lunch there?" And then they take every back road in the continental United States. It takes you until 3 o'clock to get there. They're like, "We're going to eat lunch." I'm like, "You people are crazy!" Like, so we started eating lunch before we went on the motorcycle ride. Because you're starving. So,
hey Jack, Ricky is in the chat. I rode with him 2 hours today, and at one point he looked at me. He's like, "Dude, we're gonna stop and eat lunch." And I almost said, "What are you, Colin?" Right? So
it was probably 2 o'clock.
2 hours, no food or no coffee. That is a problem.
It was a good
Yeah.
deal. I mean, he was right on. It was a good stop for sure.
It was probably too, and you get that too. Well, when we go on trips, we're very bad. You guys will find this out when we ride with you, but we're riding through the day. You might not eat lunch until 1 or 2. I mean, that just happens, But I don't know. Yeah, but riding with bike groups is funny. They leave at 11 and want to eat lunch. It's like not at 3.
Rapid fire is working well, isn't it?
It's not.
Oh, this is great. Awesome. What do we
Hey,
got?
I always
I
tell my students this. I have to have enough content to last the whole entire time. So take your time. Don't rush. All right. Wash and wax your bike, or you wipe it down. What's more important?
wipe it down.
All right. Bob.
Wipe it down. I'm
Still
an F11 guy.
Still F11. Okay.
F11 where I wash it. That's it.
All right.
I would be a wiper.
You are a wiper at every stop.
Use the Charmin. Yep.
Use the
Thanks for that visual, pal.
There you go, buddy.
And obviously, if you see my tires, and I don't remove my saddlebags, but once a year, you'll see that I usually just wipe it down.
Can we start a fund for somebody to wash Jack's tires once a month? Yeah. As a matter of fact, when we all get together, Colin and I are going to make sure we clean your tires up.
You know what? I had a great idea, and I told Henry yesterday. I said, "Look, bud," I said, "I think I'm just going to buy a new chrome rim or a new rim." And he goes, "Hey, man, you know how much that costs?" I'm like, a couple $100, I would guess. The cheapest I found was $1,500. It's like, are these people insane? I could put a car tire on there cheaper than $1,500.
And it's only chrome for like the first 50 miles until all the gold gets cut up under there again.
But I tell you on my show, I said my chrome rims are like, it's aluminum, you dumbass. I'm like, what? I don't know. Do I look like a Harley mechanic? I don't know what those are made out of.
If you knew that, you would have washed it more, right?
That's right. If I would know it was cheap junk ass aluminum,
That's a good one. Good one, Bob.
I get one a year.
Yeah, there you go.
Would you rather ride in groups or ride alone?
Well, I'm used to being lonely.
What's that?
I'm used to being lonely.
I know. We heard that.
This is a complicated answer.
Okay, go ahead.
Rapid fire.
I'm done.
Go ahead.
I didn't say I was going to tell you the answer. I just said it would be a complicated answer.
Expand.
Okay. What is it?
I love to ride in groups where the group is suitable to my style.
Yep.
And that goes on and off road.
Yeah, you do
if
ride in
it's
groups.
not for my style, if it's not the way I like to ride, then I don't like to ride in groups.
And you're kind of a back group leader too. I noticed that in your last video. It's like, you don't want to go through that water up there. You better go around that. Go cross that rock there to the left.
Well, wait a minute. When it comes to water, then I always send somebody else through first. And if they sink, then we don't go that way.
Hey, Mike, I'm watching. You're like, go to the left of that big brick up there, that big block. The guy goes to the right. I'm like, the left, you dummy. Go ahead, Bob.
You know what? I like riding alone sometimes, but honestly, I like riding with 3 or 4 guys. I mean, I rode with it was 3 of us today, and I thought that was perfect. When the 3 of us ride, I think it's great. If there's 15 people, I don't like it.
Yeah, good deal.
Have you ever been on a big rally though, like when there's 1,500 people or over 1,000 bikes? I did that once. I will never, ever, ever, ever do it again. It was the worst ride I ever had, and it was 90 degrees out. Oh my God. Never ever again.
I think what you guys said, 3 or 4 is perfect. And then
3 or 4 is good.
To Mike, to what you said, you got to ride with somebody that's at your skill level, because that kind of takes it away if you have someone not there. So totally agree with that. But riding with 3 or 4, especially like if you're on comms and you guys can just talk and enjoy it, that's fun. But I do solo
or bust ass the entire trip.
Exactly.
I often say anybody and a lot of people watch us on here are YouTubers, and so you strap that camera on, you're not alone. I mean, let's face it, we do that so we could be with someone, right? That's why I started doing it. It's like I'm riding with everybody. And Colin, I could tell you, since you started a hog chapter, you're with a lot of people that are not at even near your skill level. I'm not near Colin's skill level. Colin is an amazing rider. He rides super fast. His bike has it was upgraded to a stage 10, and he just busts ass. So
It's because they're all napping, right, Colin?
Especially when he needs gas. It's funny. He needed gas and he was going faster. I'm like, Bob, where is he? And all I hear him calling is, Jack, can you hear me? And I was like,
now Colin's got the suspension going now too.
oh, I know. Now he's really.
Now you're going to see some performance.
I know. Now you won't even get near him.
That's the secret sauce.
The secret sauce.
I remember when I was first, Mike. When a lot of people don't know this.
Oh yeah.
When we did that New England trip. I mean, yeah, you're known for like I remember riding with you. You ride very aggressive but safe. But you're getting behind you and kind of like
no, you can say it. I ride faster than most people do.
You do, and that's okay. I mean, but like I had a hard time keeping up with you. I did. So like you're on it and you're enjoying it. So that's what it's all about.
I mean, that's what we do. I mean, when we're three of us are riding, usually Jack's leading, right? And Colin, who's probably the most aggressive rider, is usually in the middle or in the back, right? I mean, so it's Jack. All I know is performance upgrades on his bike and mine. You better get something going here, dude, before our vacation. Just saying.
I might have to get a new wife.
I'm sitting in a case of Simple Green tonight.
I got to get a new wife first. I said, you know what, hun? For not being a Harley mechanic, you sure in the hell can tell me what I don't need. I don't understand this. Like, you don't need that.
You don't need anything you want.
You don't need that. Maybe that new recliner needs some loving. You don't need that. You know what I mean? Motorcycle comfort or speed, Mr. Mike?
Comfort. Believe it or not, comfort.
All right. That's good to know.
Comfort, but I like the speed too.
All right.
Comfort.
All right. And I am about comfort too with the wife on the back, especially. If your wife is not comfortable, remember that first question we talked about? They'll never ride with you. These guys, like, I got this big, cushy driver's seat, the rider's seat, and there's this little pillion thing down there, just big enough to stick up the crack of your wife's ass. She ain't going to ride with you. She needs something big and hefty.
I will admit, though, I mean, we all do this, but riding having that speed's a blast too. It really is.
I don't go fast. My bike don't go above 60. Well, sometimes 65.
What do you got, a Grom?
No, I'm just an old guy that likes to just enjoy life. I don't know.
The only issue with that is, like, between the three of you, Colin is the only one I've ever seen pass by a box truck.
That is true. Good point.
Well, the head goes down. I would never let you live that down.
You got me on that one.
See, that you got to have the right guest on. That's all.
His YouTube
performance suspension, and there goes the box truck by him.
You know what, dude? Your YouTube numbers must have been really big during that, because I hit rewind and replayed that like 5 times because it was so funny.
I was taking my time telling a story.
Hey, watch when I took that covered bridge with Rogueline Andy. He tells a story about when he was passed by a scooter. And that's why they started calling him Scooter Andy. I said, that should have been your YouTube name. Scooter. Trail riding or street riding? Mike, what's more important to you?
Trail riding.
That's more important. Okay.
Bob,
you've done both.
For me, street riding, but I got to tell you what I love. I'm not a dirt bike guy like Mike, but I love riding the mountains with a quad. I haven't done that in years, and I miss that. That is a ton of fun.
You might have sold your quad, so now you can't have another one. Your wife said that.
She's not here, so.
Colin, where are you at in this?
Some foreshadowing here. The trail riding will be coming soon.
Okay, all right.
I do like trail. I do enjoy trail riding, but honestly, like right now, streets a blast to me.
Yeah,
you know that you're
being mixed. You're gonna start seeing a 50-50 probably.
If you get that Pan America though, you're gonna get dirty.
I plan on it.
You're gonna need a lot of rags.
That back tire will never be cleaned again. Get that.
I cannot wait to get that bike. It's gonna be.
He may stroke out. That bike will be so dirty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, I gotta pull over.
Hey, and watch Pan's rides, because I'm telling you, watch Mike and the Trails. They don't stop at every tree and wipe their bikes off, Colin.
That won't happen.
They don't do. But since I've been watching, Mike, I've been more and more interested in riding a little bit of dirt. But the only reason is a car will never pull out in front of you and never cut you off and run you over and kill you. So think about
That's why I love trail riding, because I can ride the way I want.
Yeah.
100% skill.
Yeah.
How you go through these, at least the trails we have around here, and it's safe.
Yeah.
You know, when you have get offs all the time, you get up a little banged up, but it's safe, it's fun, and it's tremendous physical exercise.
Hey, Mike,
Oh,
have you ever heard of Hatfield McCoy Trails?
I have, yeah.
I went with buddies for 8 years.
I saw your vids there. I saw your vids at
Yeah,
Hatfield.
quads and guys that are running the single track, guys that are a million times better riders than me. That's a place you can kill yourself. There's no doubt. But I think you'd love it up there.
I would, and I keep trying to talk my buddies into making a trip out there, and there's a couple other places we're interested in, but someday.
Oh, and I'm taking a class too. I signed up for like one of those off-road classes to get better.
Itchy Boots did that too. Did you see her class?
Yeah, I got it in like a month.
That was the track thing, right, Jack?
Yeah, she was on the track thing. They were showing how to ride through that in the dirt. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's a good thing, because you're going to need a completely different set of skills.
Yeah.
Completely different. Everything is practically reversed.
Huh.
You know,
I just want to take my wife. I just want to take my wife out and ride 2 up on the dirt. Honey, where'd you go? All right. So, Mike, I don't know this about you, but do you own? Oh, do you do your own contractor work, or do you hire someone?
like what, carpentry and all that?
Carpentry, putting your roof on, building a garage.
Yeah, I get a contractor.
Okay, Bob.
Depends what it is, but as I'm getting older, it's more contractor.
Okay.
I try to do as much as I can, but I always sub out for drywall. I just I can't stand drywall.
Drywall.
You putting it up. So, but normally I try to do everything myself.
Drywall.
We're like brothers. No fish, no drywall.
No fish and no drywall. Well, you two guys will never be in the Navy. Yeah, we hire out, as you've seen, most of our contracting work. And the most, believe it or not, the biggest thing with that is when your wife doesn't believe in your abilities to do shit, you don't have to do shit. And I think it's wonderful. She's like, you know how to drywall? I'm like, yep, don't have a damn clue how to do that, hun.
Never let them know you know how to do anything.
No. She said, well, you have a drill. I said, yeah, it's to take bolts off the motorcycle. It's not to put it's not to put screws in drywall.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you, woman?
Hey, Jack, don't use the drill on bolts, okay? Just for what it's worth.
No, you can't drill a bolt.
But
no, hey, I watched this one guy. I've been watching him lately. What the hell? I told you guys his name. I told you guys his name, but he uses the impact wrench on his motorcycle. I'm like, that's what I need. I'm like, nah, I better not buy one of those. No. Oh. What's more important to you, your friends or your motorcycle?
Oh, that's a hard question. Trick question. How about friends with motorcycles?
Well, somehow for me, they're completely intertwined.
Okay. I've seen that.
Which friends?
Do they happen to have motorcycles?
Yeah, do they have motorcycles? No, come on, friends. Obviously, friends.
Friends, by all means.
Yeah, I would say friends too. That's true. Okay, now Mike, this is one of those ones I told you about earlier that totally off the wall. Potatoes or noodles for dinner?
Yeah, potatoes.
All right.
Potato.
All right.
Yeah, I can do some good potatoes.
Potatoes.
Who eats noodles?
Who eats noodles?
Yeah. Who
Is
does?
that like ramen?
Calling the people you live by called the Amish.
They don't eat noodles. They eat potatoes.
No, they have Amish noodles. Didn't you ever get Amish noodles?
I've never had Amish noodles.
Oh,
I've had Amish potatoes, though.
They're good. So you're potato?
I'm potato.
I'm a spud guy. Here, because I know somebody in this place. Now I know 2 people don't like seafood. So I wrote this question: Mexican food or Italian?
There's only one way I can answer this. Italian.
All right.
Mexican.
All right.
God, I love them both. If I were to pick one, I would probably have to say Italian.
All right. And I would say Mexican, but Italian does stay with you a little longer, folks. Mexican usually just make it home and it's gone.
This is true.
If they didn't have tacos as Mexican food, I would say Italian, but
Tacos.
ride and have a Taco Tuesday. Come on.
So I guess on this trip,
You like Taco Bell? Are you a Taco Bell guy or not?
I'm not. That's nasty shit.
Yeah, I can't eat Taco Bell.
That's get sick after you eat it.
You know, when I was like 19, I opened one of the first Taco Bells in Washington County, and I wouldn't eat there.
You got to go to a real Mexican restaurant or a real Italian restaurant to get good food, right?
I opened a bag of beef one day to put it in the colander, like to cook it, and it went. I was like, shit. So I'm just saying.
Don't you have a cooking channel too? That really concerns me.
Here's one to see how lonely you are, Mike. So do you want to sit in the love seat at nighttime with your spouse and cuddle? Or do you both have your own chair, your own side of the living room?
Oh, we definitely have our own side of the living room. And I have the feet.
The feet?
The feet. That's
her feet? You're saying her feet?
The feet.
So you're rubbing her feet when she watches TV?
No comment.
That's a loving husband. You're not loving.
She's in the other room. She's going to come in here.
All right. I get between the toes.
Mike is sleeping on the couch tonight, and feet are nasty. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, dude. Feet. My wife always wants her feet rubbed, and I'm like, no way. You can't do that. Jack, I will tell you.
You got to do that. You got to break yourself. Use one finger. Start with one finger. Just put the
How to rub feet?
The ball of the foot's usually pretty good unless there's a good bunion. Stay away from the heel. That's usually pretty crunchy to start off with.
How to rub feet? Now this guy is called Pains Ride, like Pains Ride, and he's like, I rub my wife's dimples in my feet, and
Mrs. Bodine one time
I'm way more sensitive than I look, Jack.
You are.
Mrs. Bodine.
Why are we talking about foot massages?
Mrs. Bodine said to me one time, if I'm on my deathbed and I want you to rub my feet, what are you going to say? And I said, it's been a good run, baby. So, no, we sit on kind of next to each other, but on two different chairs.
Okay.
And do you sleep in two different beds? Oh, wait a minute. We're going too far now.
Too far.
Rapid fire. Let's see. I have the obligatory lazy boy, so I have my chair and she has the couch.
All right, you guys know we just got the recliner delivered yesterday with Coffee with HDR. They came and they delivered this thing, and before then we just had the new couch sitting in there, and she was starting to like it. She's like, "No, I can't lay my head down your lap no more, and you can like stroke my hair as we watch TV." So, but nope, that's over.
You should have said, "Well, I could do your feet."
I could do your feet. No, be like, Mike, the guy out on the show, he'll do your feet.
Unless there's hair on the feet.
Jackson, you got the new chair. You're struggling with this, aren't you, with your wife, or you sitting there, aren't you? You're asking about it. You're texting about it. Do you need help? Can we help you get through it or what?
I might need some counseling later tonight.
All right.
I'll text you later.
So here, Mr. Sensitivity. Would you rather give love advice or life advice?
Where did you come up with these questions?
It's my questions.
Were you watching Dr. Phil today?
Listen, we just made it 20 years a couple weeks ago. So it's got to be love advice.
All right.
Or it could be life advice.
You get one.
I've been married 32
well, what's
years.
life without love?
And see, now he's
There's
getting
some advice.
Philosophical. What's love without life?
Life.
All right.
Completely 100% on life.
Yeah, and I think I give my kids a lot more life advice than I give them love advice.
When I was your age, I partied my ass off, and you're not.
Back when condoms were a nickel. Ha! Okay, swimming in a pool or sitting in a hot tub?
Oh, God, hot tubs are gross.
Okay.
Pool.
Bacteria infested.
Pool, but we don't have one and we're not getting one, just in case my wife's on.
Okay.
Pool, and Bob will be getting one.
All right. I do after a long day of motorcycle riding. You hit a hotel. I do like the hot tub.
That's even worse. A hot tub at a hotel where there's a million people.
You know what?
At least if you're in your own, you know what you got, right? But I don't know.
No wonder you can grow such a good beard. It's fertilized.
In like an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just squeeze it out.
But the
You
pool.
don't put your head under the water, do you?
No, the hot tubs are in the common area, so nobody's getting naked and gross in there. Right.
Next question.
All right. That brings us to the end of the live stream. We will do final wrap ups with everybody here. And Mike, it was great having you, and I'll finish up, but I'll let you go ahead and give us your final thoughts of being on the crazy little thing we like to call the Fireside Chat with the Boys.
Everybody enjoy your rides and have a great season. And if you're even thinking about it, go trail riding. Or you can cheat and start it and get an adventure bike.
Oh,
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
It's a good start.
Okay, Bob.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, thanks for being on tonight, man. You were awesome. Appreciate you being on. And, I rode with a couple guys, new guys today, and Ricky's in the chat section. I just tell you, ride with some folks you haven't rode with before. We got a great community, and you can make new riding friends. And thank you to everybody that, kind of sticks along with us and watches every week. We definitely appreciate you. So, but Mike, good job, man. It was great to have you on.
Colin.
Take me off full screen right now.
I love you on full screen.
Well, you look so
Toby
good on full
Northern
screen.
wanted you to make sure you gave a shout out for the world record poker run that's happening at VAM. So there's your plug, Toby. So I know with the Badgers, they're doing the world record poker run, and VAM 21's coming up June 11th through 13th. So thank you guys, and thank you, Mike, for joining us tonight. As always, we appreciate everybody in the side chat. We really do. That's what makes us do these week in, week out.
Now let me figure out how to get you off of here.
Get me off full screen right now.
All right, and actually, I'll just close it out with saying again, as these guys always tell you, thanks to everybody. It's the side chat that makes these shows great. It's our guests that make them fantastic. And Mike, we truly appreciate you coming on. When I first sent Mike a message, he's like, "Who, me?" And I'm like, "Who else?"
Why not?
So, right, that's what I said. Who else? We want you, man. So, I appreciate you being here. But thanks to everybody. We hope you have Mike. Thanks you again, and we'll talk to you just a little bit in the green room. But thanks to everybody. Have a great work week, and we'll talk to you next Sunday. Goodbye.
Later.
Later.